everyone, we have just finished up our first full week of our homeschool for the 2018-2019 school year. So I thought I would quickly just sit down and chat with you about how that first about week and a half went for us and what has been going on in our homeschool. So all of my kids are downstairs. They're probably going to be noisy in the background. Just ignore them. They have finished up their second Friday of homeschool, and they're getting a reward with some time on Minecraft. So the first, week and a half or so of homeschool has gone okay. I'm going to be honest with you, it wasn't perfect. Our first day, which I did a video about, so I'll link to it up above for you, it was fun. Like, we had such a good first day because it wasn't any of our normal subjects. It wasn't anything difficult. It was just fun. And so the kids really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. We did have some hiccups and it didn't, always go perfectly or smoothly, but it was a really good day overall, and we kind of ended it by going to the pool. Check out that video if you want to see what we did. And then the next 2 days were just kind of like little bits of work here and there. It wasn't ever a full day of homeschool. We had lots of other things going on, like brain training and piano lessons and some other things just on our calendar that made it basically impossible for us to do full, homeschool days those first 2 days. So I had planned that we would do a really fun day on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday we would just do a few little things. Then on Monday, my oldest son had his first day at the cottage school. He is in the logic school, which is the 7th and 8th grade, kind of like junior high level, and they start a week earlier than everyone else. And so he went on Monday, and the kids and I just did our, regular homeschool subjects at home. I had not at that point introduced everything. So we started out by doing teaching textbooks, which is brand new to us. I will hopefully be sharing a video all about teaching textbooks in the future so that I can share that with you. So for the kids, love it. They absolutely love it. So we started on Monday, and we didn't do any school on Wednesday, which I'll get to that in a second. So they only had 4 days of school, and all of them are already at lesson number 6 because they've enjoyed it so much that they have just been working ahead and doing more than one lesson a day. We also started our history curriculum and our Bible memory verses that we're going to be doing. We did our read aloud, which is the Indian in the cupboard. And I started using Logic of English with my third grader who has dyslexia. So far, all we have done is the big assessment, which kind of takes a little while, and it helps you place your child and figure out where they need to begin in the book. There are some pre-lessons that you can do before you actually start the Logic of English Essentials curriculum. And so after evaluating my son, we knew that he was definitely not on grade level yet because he really struggles with his dyslexia. And so we are doing those pre-lessons. We are just doing lesson 1 right now, or lesson A, I think it is, of the pre-lessons. And the way that Logic of English is designed is basically so you can kind of go at your own pace. Each of the lessons come in different levels, like 1 through 3, or is it A through C? I can't remember, sorry. And so you can kind of decide like how difficult you want it to be. And then once you've gone through the entire, all of the lessons, you can actually go back and do them at the next level up, and then at the next level up. So that way you are getting like this really, really solid foundation with all of your phonics and your spelling, and there's cursive handwriting that we're doing. So I really have liked it so far. If you want to learn more about Logic of English, I will have a link for you down below in the description box so that you can go and check it out, because I am working with Logic of English this year. So far, we are just going to be doing lessons 1 through 8 and seeing how those go, but I will be sharing with you the journey of how we use Logic of English this year with my child with dyslexia. So my son, who is in 2nd grade, he is still finishing up his brain training. And for us, his brain training basically counts as his reading, his writing, his spelling, and his handwriting, because he does all of those things at brain training, among lots of other, type of cognitive brain therapies and things like that. And so he is not done with that, but he will be done finally with brain training next Friday. And then the following week, we will have his end of program assessments to see how he has improved. So I'm really looking forward to that. Honestly, it has been just the best thing in the world. I've talked about this before. I think I talked about it more in depth in the summer day in the life vlog that I did. I'll link to that one up above. I talked about it for a little while and kind of showed you guys a little bit of what brain training looks like for us. But it has had such a huge effect on him. I mean, he can read. And we were told that by the end of 2nd grade, he's in 2nd grade right now, and that by the end of 2nd grade, he would be severely delayed. He's not. He is on grade level, if not above grade level. He is doing amazing, and he's already a grade level ahead in math. He's doing 3rd grade math this year. So it's just been, last year was a huge year of growth for him, huge. And so for him, we're very excited to kind of do some logic of English with him as well when I feel like he's ready to do that. But for my 3rd grader, he's the one that I'm really focusing on with the logic of English, just trying to make sure he really gets a better grasp of the handwriting, which I think is going to help a lot. He's actually pretty good at spelling, but reading, he is the type of dyslexic child that takes the word and completely flips it around. And he also has trouble with certain letters that he switches them up. So cursive is supposed to help with that. So we shall see, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. So my daughter, who is in 6th grade, she has not started at the cottage school yet. So this year she has basically just done read alouds with us and math. That's it. She's had a very, very easy week. She's an easy kid anyway. I mean, she's definitely my easiest kid as far as homeschooling is concerned. She loves reading, she loves learning. So she's been doing crafts. She's been practicing a lot of piano and ukulele, and that's kind of what she's been doing. So she's had a good week. And I mentioned that we did not do school on Wednesday. That's because we visited our friend Tanya and her family, Tanya from Project Happy Home. She lives quite a distance away from me, but we're still kind of in the same area. I had never been to her house before. She's been to our house a bunch of times, but I'd never driven all the way there. It was fun. Oh gosh, we had such a good day. I love her kids so much, and our kids love each other, and it's just great. I feel like, I've told her this before, I feel so blessed that she moved to live near me. Not to live near me. I say this every time. Like, somehow I think she moves here because of me. She didn't move here because of me. She moved here for a job. But like the fact that she was able to move near me has been just awesome. I wish she was closer. I wish she was just like across the street, because that would be amazing. But anyway, we had a great day on Wednesday. We didn't do any school that day at all. And one more thing that happened this week is that my boys who are doing brain training, they did 4 days of brain training this week because we had a makeup day. So it has been a lot of brain training this week, and this past weekend, my parents visited us for just 2 days. I think I have shared before, maybe not on my channel, but I have shared on Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, you need to go ahead and do that. I post on Instagram more than anywhere else. I post definitely daily. I would say I post daily, multiple times a day usually. But anyway, my mom has cancer. And so on Instagram, I shared that I actually went and stayed with her for 2 weeks this summer. And she was able to get clearance to come and visit for 2 days. She wasn't allowed to fly. She had to drive. She had kind of little, some restrictions and things like that. But she was able to come and visit us for 2 days and celebrate the birthdays of the 2 August babies that we have. And it was a really, really nice visit. It was really great. So that was kind of like in the middle of our first homeschool week. We had a couple of days of homeschool, then my parents were here for the weekend, and then we had a full week of homeschool, and that was everything. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys have already started your homeschool year. If you have, how is it going? And if you haven't yet, when are you guys planning to start? I hope that you all have a really wonderful homeschool year, and I'll see you again in my next video. Have a great day.